Hello my fellow trucketeers, how the devil are you? I hope you're all well. Anyway, today we have a product review for you. Obviously, I've always said in the past, I will only show products that I think are suited to things in and around the trucks and things I think will be suited to other people to do the same sort of job as me. It's the Bluetti AC180. Yes, lovely little battery pack. This thing I think is fantastic for life in a truck. So, as well as your 12 volt out to plug in things, you've also got your 240 sockets. So if you're in a truck company and say you do the occasional night out but the company won't fit an inverter in your truck, you then have no means to power stuff like if you have an additional air fryer like I do to cook food, or you may have a 12 volt microwave so you don't need to plug that in, but then sometimes you have domestic microwaves or other means, and then some trucks also don't have fridges in them, so sometimes you have a cool box to bring along. This is fantastic. You can plug it straight into the 240, and it's also pure sine wave, so it's safe for your delicate electrical stuff like your laptops, TVs and games consoles and whatever. So if you've ever spent a night out and you've left your TV on and you worry about waking up and your inverter's drained your battery, with this you don't have to worry about it. You can have your TV on all night if you want, and this thing will just shut off when it's done. You don't have to worry about your truck not starting in the morning. So it's ideal for that, really. It's really good. It's got a 1152 watt amp hour battery, so it'll last for quite a bit. I've tested this out with my air fryer, and as we all know, I love a jacket potato. Of course, jacket potatoes take a long time to cook, so I tested this out the other day. Took an hour to cook the potato in the air fryer because it's only a 900 watt air fryer. And after doing that, I still had about 30% battery left on this thing. So you think, oh no, what can we do? And you got a 30% battery left and we're not going to get home to plug it in? That's all right. Comes with a handy dandy car charger. So it does 12 volt and 24 volt. Okay, the 12 volt might take you a long time to charge this up, but on the 24 volt, you can probably get a full charge in this in about 5 hours, which, being an HGV driver, you'll more than easily drive that in a day. So I'd recommend on the 24 volt. If you're out in the car and you're only using smaller electrical devices and that, the 12 volt will probably be fine to keep it topped up for what you need. So yeah. Also, the other handy dandy feature, it's also 1400 watt charging, so if you plug it into your mains, it will charge up to 80% in 45 minutes, which is really, really good for them times when you need it quick, I guess. So yeah, that's what I do. Nice and easy to use. You turn it on. If you're using 240 volt, you press the AC button, it'll power on and it'll power your devices for you. Nice and simple. It also has a nice display which tells you how much wattage you're drawing. It also tells you how much wattage is going in while you're charging it. When you have it on 12 volt, it will tell you it's drawing in 60 watts. When you got it on 24 volt, it's telling you it's drawing in over 200 watts. So it's quite good. So on this side here, you have your AC input. That's for your 240 volt wall charging at home. It also has a safety fuse on it, so this will pop out when the fuse pops. So if you need to reset it, you press that button and then you can continue using it in case you've overloaded it for whatever reason. It also has a ground strap to go here. Also, on the top, wireless charging for your phones. To use the wireless charging, quite simple. Turn on the DC, bang your phone on top, and away we go. We're wirelessly charging. So handy for situations when you're out camping or something. So quite good for that. So it'll keep your phones and your kids happy when you're out in the camping. Also on this product, we also have 4 USB ports for plugging in phones, laptops, whatever. So anything you need charging for USB, you can power it through this. So say like you're doing a party in the garden, you want to power some lights around the garden, bang them into this, perfect for that. Also you want some music out in your garden but you don't have any plugs nearby, plug it into this. You no longer have to leave a window open to let flies in to then power some speakers or something out in your garden. Again, this also powers your 12 volt, so anything you use in your car, you can also plug into this when you're out and about, so you don't have to have it in the car. So say like your car's in the garage away from your house and you want to polish your car, you can plug your car polisher into this and then polish your car. You don't have to worry about traipsing a massive extension cord out to where your garage is to where your car is to polish your car. So yeah, this is definitely a product I'm going to be using a little bit. So not necessarily in this truck because I have my inverters, so I don't really need this as much in here. But for the days when my truck's in having an MOT or an inspection and I'm put into a different truck for a day or a night or a couple of nights, not all of our trucks have inverters, so I can take this with me. I can still edit my videos out on the road, so I can still charge my laptop, which is ideal. Like I said, it's safe for your delicate electrical goods. It's good for up to 1800 watts, so it'll power a fairly stout microwave for a fair bit. Obviously sometimes, like I said, I like doing jacket potatoes. A jacket potato would take an hour to do. You don't want to leave your engine running for an hour while you're cooking your jacket potato in your air fryer. So what you can do is whack it in this. You don't have to have the engine running. Your boss isn't pulling his hair out because you're wasting diesel. Say you're doing nights and you park up next to someone at 3 o'clock in the morning, you then don't have to disturb them by having your engine running. So ideal for that. Other places this might be handy, there's people that do van life. So if you live out in your van, or do go out in your van for weekends or whatever, instead of running your van, wasting your diesel, using the inverter in there, you could use one of these for a bit, and then when you're driving along you can then charge it up and it will keep you going for a bit. So it's just a nice quiet way. You don't have to have a diesel generator or a petrol generator. I used to go to a car show up in Peterborough, and they didn't allow you to have petrol generators, and the diesel ones were big and clunky and we didn't really have room to carry one. At the time these things weren't available. Now this would be absolutely perfect for our little stand that we had to have a bit of music playing in the background. Don't have to worry about electric hookup, and again, if we need to use a polisher to polish our cars, perfect. This thing will keep you going. So they have nice chunky carry handles. They're quite weighty, so they got quite a bit of gravity to them, so they got nice chunky handles to grab hold of, so you don't have to worry about them possibly breaking when you pick them up. Also, when you buy these, they come with a 5-year warranty. And the other feature you have is an app for your smartphone, which when you open it up, it will connect to your device. Also with the smartphone app, it tells you how much battery you got, it tells you how much your power you're drawing, and also you can turn the AC and DC on and off from afar, so you don't have to be near it to turn stuff on and off. Say you're laying in bed watching TV in your truck and you don't want to get up to turn this off, connect your app to it via Bluetooth, press the off button, and it will turn the Bluetti off. So let's give this AC180 a bit of a test. So we'll turn it on. We are down on power, we're down to 31%, so let's see what we can get. So we have our laptop, we'll plug that in. As you can see, we'll turn on the AC so it starts the sockets up. And we're drawing, not a lot at the moment because my battery's pretty full on the laptop. So it's just trickling over. And that'll give us 4 hours. So you can see there, it tells you the time of how long the battery's going to last for drawing at the current wattage. So if we start a game up, right, now we're in game, the laptop's going to be drawing a little bit more power because it's going to be working harder. So we've now shot up to 166 watts, so that's going to reduce our time. Bearing in mind we're only on 30%, if this had a full charge you get a lot more out of it. So let's also bump that up a little bit. Let's get the old air fryer going. We'll give it a test. That's going to draw a lot of power. So we're up to over 1,000 watts. So that's going to give us about 0.3 of an hour. And then we'll give even more of a test. We'll put the DC on and we'll charge our phone on top. Phone is now charging. So yeah, now we have the phone charging, the air fryer going, laptop working hard. We're now drawing 1050-ish watts, 1060. That's going to give us 0.3 on 30% battery. So you can tell that obviously it's going to last a little while, especially when it's on full. It'll give you a couple of hours. Obviously you're not going to run an air fryer for hours and hours. It should run the laptop for a long time. Let's see if we can also charge it at the same time. So we're in the truck, we got our Hella lead which is in 24 volts, and we're going to plug it into the car charger, into there, and let's see if it will charge at the same time. Yes, it will. So that'll also give you a little bit of extra life in it as well if you have it plugged in while you're using it. So if you're out and about in the field, whatever, with solar panels, you can have the solar panels ticking away on this, doing what it needs to do, while also using your goods at the same time. And obviously it'll give you a rough time of how long it's going to last. And there we go, there's a quick demonstration on it. Drawing quite a bit of power. Obviously the air fryer's done. We'll stop that. And then the time will go back up to how long the laptop's going to run for. With it plugged into that, you're going to get 53.5 hours of running the laptop while playing a game with it plugged in. Obviously unplug that. That's going to drop down to just over an hour at 21%. So again, like I said, these are fantastic bits of kit. I highly recommend them. Lots of my friends have got them, including a lot of the other truckers out there. and they swear by them. I think it's a brilliant bit of kit, and it definitely makes a bit of ease of life out on the road. So yeah, I reckon these are brilliant. Anyway, I highly recommend this Bluetti AC180. I'm definitely going to get a lot of use out of it. If you want to get yourself one of these, go on to Bluetti's website, and if you enter code BluettiJohn, you get 5% off any of their products that are on there. They also sell the solar panels, which you can use for these while you're camping, and it'll keep it charged up by the power of the sun. So yeah, by all means, take a look. If you fancy one, enter code BluettiJohn, get 5% off. I hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy.